is good communication. We try and build an environment where everyone feels safe about communicating. So we're always talking about how we play. We do a lot of self-assessment. How did you feel about practice today? Or how did you feel about that match? How could you have gotten better? What are we going to do tomorrow? And so a lot of that kind of good communication, and then kids really understanding their role on the team. So it's a lot about defining who you are, really just being disciplined and having a common objective, really a common goal. We create a roadmap. At the beginning of our roadmap, it's always a journey. Every year we say that we take a journey, and every journey is different, and although the destination may be the same, which is the same ultimate goal, how we get there differs. And so the beginning of the roadmap is always, what are we doing now? Who we are now? Where do we want to go, and how are we going to get there? Everything's a journey, and we always have journeys. And so the roadmap, we set out like our destination. Our destination was the championship, and then we have our daily goals on how we're going to get there, and then we have little competition goals along the way. And so we're basically on a daily basis, we're always trying to achieve some little goal, whether it's something that day, something that week, something at the end of the week. So it's really kind of an ongoing daily thing where we're just achieving something. There would be a quote up on the board, and every week we had a different theme. So the theme could be teamwork, or the theme could be discipline, or the theme could be hard work. That kind of thing. And then it would be a sports quote or any kind of quote, and it would be up there. And then we would read the quote, and then there would be a question, which would be, how are you going to be a good teammate today? And then I had all these different colored pens and all these different Post-its, and everyone would write down how they were going to be a good teammate today. And then they would put it up on the board, on the Post-it, and it would be there for all of practice. And then at the end, we would check in and we'd say, how did you do? Always keeping an open mind and really getting to really know the athletes that I'm working with, because every kid, every player is so different, and the better you get to know your players, the easier it is to get the most out of them, because everyone's so different. The way they respond to stimulus, how they respond under competition, how do they learn? Are they kinesthetic? Are they visual? Are they auditory? Kids come from a lot of different backgrounds, and a lot of that shapes who they are. And so just trying to understand where they're coming from helps you to go, okay, I get why they think that way. So I'm constantly talking with them, and if they don't get it, I say, let's try these 3 different ways, and you tell me which one clicks. I don't allow cell phones in the gym. They're not allowed to have them anywhere near anytime we're doing team things. If we're in the vans, they talk to each other. If we're at dinner, no cell phones. So we kind of enforce the communication, but at first it's very uncomfortable. And because they're just like, what do we do? It's like, talk to each other. Like, do you remember the good old days when we didn't have cell phones?
I don't.
And so they don't remember, right? And so we get that. So it's kind of like a re-education process. But we take it away. But I think the biggest thing I can say about it is they need to be present with who they're in a room with. So if you're sitting in a room with a group, be present with those people and go face to face, because once you turn on the phone, now you're not present anymore. We practice the physical skills, so how to pass, how to set, how to serve, all those things. But you have to practice what is going on in here as well. And so we talk about all the time, and that's why we add, it's the self-assessment. What was going on in your head when X, Y, and Z happened? And then a lot of kids say, I don't know. And it's like, okay, well then in the next drill, I want you to be present enough so that you can verbalize it to me after. And then they get used to understanding what is going on in my head, and then we practice it. And then we practice this part just as much. I mean, it's really just as important. When I didn't get along with an athlete, it's always really hard because you want to try and have a connection, and really my goal is to just have every player get better and have the team achieve their goals and have the kids achieve their individual goals. But so I'd say that's the biggest challenge, because I know I can see potential. I really can see potential, and I see it in every player, and I know what they can do. I just know it in my heart. And so when I see that it's, you know, that they're just going 50%, or I can't connect with them, I think that's the biggest challenge. It's like, wow, you could be the best player in the world and you're just selling yourself short, you know? Or like if we go into a match and the heart isn't there, then that's really hard for me, because I don't know, like I don't know any different. I don't know what it's like to not go 110%. So when I see it happening, it doesn't like resonate with me, and so it's very discouraging, and I get really bummed out. Anytime you achieve your goal is a huge reward, yeah.
2 state championships is
championship. I mean, we went into the season, that was our goal. I mean, absolutely every single player, we said we were going to win the state championship. And when you just work so hard on a daily basis, I mean, and you just dedicate everything and commit to it, and it happens, it's the biggest reward. It's just that feeling like, oh my gosh, we committed, we did it, and it worked. And I always tell the kids, I am not gonna lie, it is hard, but we can do it if you commit. And so then everyone's like, okay, we're gonna do this, and we get through that grind, and then you win, and there's no feeling like it. I mean, that's one of the biggest rewards when you achieve your goal. And then I guess other rewards if you don't have a big, you know, like a state championship is your goal, but just seeing the kids, I guess, whatever it is, if they have even an individual goal when they achieve it. And that makes me really, it's so rewarding as a coach when they said, I finally got that perfect pass, or I did this today. That's rewarding. You see them go through the struggle, and you're just trying to like, okay, we got this, we can do it, just keep it up, don't give up, don't give up. And then they finally get it, and then you're just like, yes, okay, good.